Hello, everybody, and welcome to our brand new YouTube station for the Bling Bling Jam and featuring all our teachers. Today, we have no other than Shawn MewBorn, who's a good friend of mine, and he comes to Bling Bling Jam, I think, almost every year, and outside of COVID times. And then, anyway, he is teaching this year, but the purpose of this call is I want you guys to get to know Shawn better, how his balloon career started, and what he's up to now and how many years he's been involved in it. And then we'll talk about his class and why he's excited about Bling Bling Jam. But Shawn is from, I believe, South Carolina, and I forget the balloon name, Balloonopolis or something like that is his business name.
BALLOONOPOLIS, yes.
Neonopolis. I'll let you say it. And Shawn, take it away. Tell us all about your business and how you start in balloons and what you love and what you do and all that good stuff.
Well, I'm Shawn MewBorn. I own Balloonopolis with my wife, Janice. We are some of the original real and true deco twisters. Before COVID, most of the twisters around the world weren't really into doing decor, and we've been doing both since 2006. I got started in balloons because I was with my two little girls 23 years ago in a restaurant, and a young man came up to our table with a big apron full of balloons, and the only words he said to us were, "Want a balloon?" Kind of like that, stared at his shoes, but the girls were so excited, they got their balloons, and on the way home, unfortunately, the 2-year-old bit the trunk of the elephant on her 4-year-old sister's balloon, and it exploded. I wanted to be super dad, so on my lunch hour the next day, I went across the street to a little party shop across from my office and bought a book and a bag of balloons and a pump, and spent my lunch hour learning to make all kinds of cool things, and the rest, as they say, is history. Janice and I met in 2005 at a balloon artist convention, and been together doing balloon art. She was really more of a decorator, but had just gotten into twisting. And when she moved to Columbia, South Carolina, where we are located, we formed Balloonopolis in January of 2006. And I have been a full-time professional balloon artist doing both decor and twisting since May of 2009.
Wow, very cool. What did you do before that? Just so we know a little bit more about you.
I was the director of IT and data analysis for a
Oh,
company that caught people cheating the Medicare system.
wow. That's
Yeah, if
wild.
catch up to me at Bling, and I have some really cool stories to tell you about how people have defrauded the government or attempted to defraud the government in the way we
I
caught
can't
them.
imagine. Wow. Wow. Unbelievable. I had no idea that you were an
Not
IT
not
guy.
not millions of dollars, but billions with a B.
Wow. I'm not surprised. Wow. That's unbelievable. I had no idea that's what you did. So that was a serious career change for you. Like serious, right?
It sure was. But
Wow.
I have the best job in the world because I
Yeah,
get to put smiles on people's faces.
exactly.
So,
Exactly.
and now I'm old and set in my ways and could never have a boss.
Oh, you're
So
not old, but yes. I understand. I understand. That's awesome. So, do you have a preference from the decor, the twisting, and what are some of the kind of events that you do that you like to do? If you don't mind sharing with everybody as well. I know you did the fairs and festivals, or at least you were doing some. I'm not really sure. I don't know if you're okay sharing that, but just so people know who you are.
no, you can ask me anything, Steve. We've been
Okay.
friends long enough, and I
Yes,
don't mind
yes, and I appreciate you.
sharing with
And
everybody.
sure.
You know, my first love is twisting. My favorite kind of twisting work really is restaurant work because I know there are some tremendous balloon artists out there that have their own character and have a different twisting personality and things like that. And I'm not the constant one-liners or anything like that. I just like to talk to people. And so restaurant work is great because I get to talk to the kids, I get to talk to the parents, I just get to interact with them while I'm making cool and amazing things.
Right.
Um, I decor is great from a monetary standpoint. But I've been doing some basic decor and even some of the organic stuff for so long now that it's not entertaining anymore. It's not hard to do. It's straightforward. I can do it and I make good money doing it. And I would encourage every balloon artist, even if they're just starting out learning to twist, to get involved in decor as well, because doing the two together has made Balloonopolis very, very successful.
Yeah.
I am the only full service balloon company in my city. There are other twisters, there are other very talented twisters. There are
Yeah.
other decorators, talented decorators, but I'm the only company you can come to and get everything. And I think that gives us an advantage.
Oh,
On the
absolutely.
decor side, the thing that I really like to do that's fun and enjoyable are the unique creations. And that's one of the things I'm going to teach in my
Yeah.
class. I know we won't jump too far ahead, but it's using the decor and the twisting skills together to make something really neat and fun. For example, you brought up the state fair. We haven't done this in a few years. COVID kind of messed the whole fair industry up a good bit. But for a while, we were building really large scale creations at our state, South Carolina State Fair. For example, we built a life-size merry-go-round, a
Yeah.
carousel.
That was amazing. I
All
remember that.
Yeah. So, and we've done it in Florida, Maryland, Georgia. So we've traveled and done some of those things. But it's the big things that are fun and exciting that, get to test your skills. Okay, I have the entire balloon, not color palette, but different sizes and shapes and everything. What's available? What's the best way to make this particular thing come to life?
Yeah.
So that part of the decor side is really fun for me.
Yeah. Wow. And I know I don't know, I know you have two daughters. I know one of them does balloons. I don't know if the other one
Yeah.
does.
My
Is
oldest daughter Jenna
Yeah.
is a balloon artist as well.
She had a Bling Bling before. She was good. Yeah.
Even my youngest will help out
Oh,
when
really?
she's
Okay.
down. She lives in Atlanta, but we're teaching Balloon Art 101 as our part of our summer reading programs at the libraries.
Yeah.
And while she was here visiting, she went and helped teach those classes as well.
Oh,
So
that's
it's
awesome.
definitely a family business.
Yes. Yes. No, that's perfect. I love it. So let's talk about balloon brands. And I know that we're in an interesting time right now, and I know you have stuff to say as I have. I know we don't know what's going on with Qualitex, and their quality went way down. And again, they might be gone, it sounds like, potentially. I don't know. But after COVID, nobody could get colors and shapes and things like that. And we all need quality balloons and need to give our customers what they need is what we all believe, right? What are your thoughts about the brands that are out right now? I know you might not know them all. We do have Decomix coming to Bling, and of course Metallic, and of course a new one called Elitex. I'm excited about all of them. But what are your thoughts about the balloon brands or balloon brands that you use and or any of the history of that? And again, it's just honesty, which is always the best thing to do. I know that's a loaded question, but it is what it is.
It is. I have always and will always be an advocate of using the best balloon for the situation that I'm in,
Right.
regardless of brand. I am not exclusively brand loyal in anything that I do. I use the balloons that are the best choice.
Yeah.
Uh, I will say, because I am coming to Bling as a teacher and
Yes.
Bargain Balloons and Decomex are
Yes.
sponsoring
Excited
me,
about that. Yeah.
that's a newer brand for me, but I
Yes.
have been really thrilled with the quality of
Price. It's amazing.
balloons.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing how much thicker and more solid they are than some of the other balloons that are out there.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm very impressed with them as well. So I'm excited to meet them in person, and it's awesome. So no, that's great. That's great. Um,
One other thing I would say is if you're coming to a convention, Bling or any of them, um, one of the big things, one of the great things about coming to a balloon twister convention is the opportunity to play with all the different brands that are out there. And so
exactly.
I would encourage everybody that's coming to spend some time in the jam room.
Yeah,
Come see me, come see anybody
yeah.
that's there. Because one of the great things, and I'm getting off,
No, this is
I'm
good.
rambling a little
Good.
bit, but the true reason that I love Bling Bling Jam over any other convention, and I've been to a lot of them, I've been doing this for a long time, is the family atmosphere that you walk in and everybody is automatically welcome, whether you've been an old school blinger like me, or you've only been there the previous year. We're all hugging, high-fiving,
Yeah,
greeting the people. You see somebody walk in and they look a little lost because they're new and they don't know what's going on. You're not going to stand around over in the corner very long at Bling without two or three people coming over and introducing themselves and getting you involved. And it's just that it's that great close camaraderie that Bling has and offers. That's the way to go. But to my original point, make sure you come into the jam room and use all the different balloons and brands that are there to
yeah,
find, because you find new things. You see
yeah.
balloons you didn't know existed. You find new colors, new companies. It's a great opportunity to play.
Sure is. And thank you for that, Bling. You're very much part of the welcoming while you're teaching. So we appreciate you too. Because it's really all about the camaraderie of all of us. So spot on. Um, I love what you said about that, because prior to that, a balloon brand would want to own you or have that loyalty. But the truth is, you can use more of one than another, but we need different ones for different things. And most, I think, the vendors or the balloon brands now understand that. And that's good, because we need good quality and stuff. And again, I think we have three strong ones coming. I'm really excited about Decomex Bargain Balloons. It's an excellent balloon. Vitalik is excellent. And LE Techs, I just got them. I have to try them. But they seem like they're right on the money, and I'm excited about that too. So I think it's going to be good and fun to play.
And
Like,
the more brands that are available to us
yeah,
as
the better.
artists, the better, not just because we have more choices, but we have more color choices, we have more
Yeah,
shapes and size choices, and it ensures that we always have a good quality balloon available. When something happens to a company like Qualitex with the problems they're having,
yeah,
they're the only, and for a long time they were the biggest dog in the market, but if they're the only company there and something
yeah,
happens, we're out of luck. So I love seeing
yeah.
healthy, friendly competition.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. And it's good for us. We want to support the balloon brands, but they supporting us. But healthy competition, you're right. And at the end of the day, the same token goes, without us, they don't have a business. So it works both ways. So we want those better relationships on both sides. And not everybody understands that. I know you get it, Shawn, and I so appreciate you about that, because you're honest. And that's why we keep you around. So that's always good.
Yeah, Steve, not to ask me a question unless you want an honest answer.
Yes, and that's what I like about you. 150%. There's nothing fake about Shawn, which is great. So that's good stuff. Awesome, awesome. Anything else you want to add on to your balloon career, or anything we just spoke about before we talk about your class and Bling? Like anything else? Like, I mean, that what your maybe your do you like do you rate your ratio? I wanted to ask you this actually. Do you do more twisting than decor? Do you have I guess you like to bounce on both, is what you said. I don't know. Anything you want to add to that?
Sure. From a dollars and cents standpoint,
Yeah,
probably 60-40 decor. But if you, depending on the month, I might be spending the entire month twisting, like April and October. I make almost all of my money twisting because
Yeah.
those are the 2 months when in Columbia, South Carolina, the weather is nice. And so
Oh,
that's when all the companies, all the festivals, everything happens. And
I
it's
see.
it's a little, it's middle of March through middle of May and middle of September through middle of November. But those are my busiest
Yeah.
twisting times.
Oh, that makes sense.
Decor are other times of the year. Graduation is a huge time for us decor wise.
Yeah.
We do the Tim Tebow Night to Shine
Oh, yeah.
event and in early February. Those are two huge events that
Yeah.
we do that are decor. So it just kind of depends on the time of year as to which thing I'm spending more time on.
Yes. Yes. Oh,
The
that's,
other the other thing I will say just for new people attending
yeah.
Bling, um, I always get something if I go into the event with the right mindset.
Right.
I've been doing this a long, long time. I don't go to a convention to learn the exact recipe to how to do something.
Right.
When I first started, that's what I wanted. I wanted to learn specific figures and creations. Now
Right.
I go and I come out of every class going, aha, this is the thing, or sometimes it's two or three things
Yeah.
that but if you go in with the right mindset, the right eye for it, you can always learn something, even
Yeah. Spot
from
on.
us old school
Yeah,
folks.
thank you for saying that. Plus, we do as many as we can replays as well, in case there is something that, not to say you're not a formula guy anymore. I know that, but in case there's something you missed or something, it's always nice to look back at something and you just don't know. And I know, Shawn, you're so great at the business side of things and sharing. You're one of those people as well that at Bling, we were just having this discussion with a few other people on the interviews that, when you live a life of abundance and you kind of just want to share things, everybody wins. You know what I'm saying? And some people hold everything so close, like they're so afraid. It's just like, you know what? There's enough for everybody. If you work it and your personality and all that kind of thing, just people are buying your brand in your local area because of you. You know what I'm saying? And that's the bottom line. And nobody can duplicate you but you, but the information you can apply to how you see fit if you're open to it as well. And those are the serendipities that I think that and the value of what I think Bling and the relationships like you and I have, and I so appreciate that, and others have that we talk to each other. And it's interesting, not to say that nobody else does that. I don't know, but I know that's what we have. Um, with that
I
said,
love to talk shop.
yes,
So,
yeah,
coming, I would encourage everybody if you want to talk shop, come see me at Bling
yeah,
because I'm happy to stay up late into the night talking about the balloon
yeah.
business,
And that's
sharing
probably one of the
ideas
most values
and
of it.
what works and what hasn't.
Yeah, yeah. Um, okay. So let's segue into something else that people sometimes say. You're just triggering me. Sometimes they say things like, "Oh, I can't afford to go to that. I'm so busy." And my response is, "Well, you can't afford not to go because you're going to actually push yourself backwards." And the value of it is what they're saying is the value of it's not there to them, but they're not always seeing that based upon how your experience has been at Bling is what I'm trying to say. When you mention about people being open, okay, and coming with the right attitude, and I really think that's spot on. So I'm so happy you said that. But what's your response to that when people say that? It's to me that's interesting.
I mean, I certainly understand you can't turn down
Right,
huge opportunities. And so it doesn't work out for everybody to come to everything.
right.
Um, I tend to be sure that I get to Bling. But there was a year where I had an $8,000 job
Yes, I
that was
remember.
right in the middle of it.
I don't blame
And I'm like, Steve, I can't come.
you. Of
It
course,
was
of course.
for, that one year, it was just too much
Yeah,
money.
yeah, of
But you've got to find um, the way to make it happen. I have an
yeah.
education account where I put a certain
Oh yeah,
percentage
you
of
told me about
my
that. Yeah,
all
yeah,
of my twisting events into the education fund so that I always have the money to be able to come. From a cost standpoint, Bling is one of the least expensive conventions,
Yeah,
major conventions that you can go to. So
most valuable. Yeah.
it's certainly, yeah, you're certainly going to get a big bang for your buck.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And you're right about that. Sometimes you can't, and I totally get it. I'm just saying, a lot of people, we just plan, and when you're successful, you just, like you said, put the time out there. To me, it's just one of those things. Like Nick is very busy. He's working all the time. Natalie too, and Mike Mothy all the time, like you. And they just schedule it and they say, I can't miss it, what I'm saying? And I understand. They give up money, what I'm saying? But they're hustling and making money throughout the year, so there's never an issue. And we want everybody to make money, and that's the whole point. So our moral of our stories, and again, segueing into your class, which I think is going to make people some money. It's a unique class, and I'm so thankful for that idea. Is that what happens in Vegas won't stay in Vegas? We want you to take it home, and for you to, like, come out of it, be like, wow, when you have that mindset, so that you say, wow, I really can apply this, and this really makes sense, and this really does help me make more money. Because let's face it, even though Bling Bling Jam is reasonable, it still costs money. It still costs money to get up your gigs. It's still, everything's gone up, gas and everything, and balloons cost money, and you need balloons, and you need your tools, you need your balloon pump, you need other things, right? Insurance, different things to make your business work. We understand that. So we want people to get as educated as possible and get the most bang for their dollar. And of deco twisting. It was really only deco twisting convention, which is, again, why you fit right in for this class. I'm so excited about it. But anyway, why don't you tell us about what you're teaching, why you think that this is unique, um, and that how this, and I think if you said this right, this has never been taught before. Is that correct?
I've never taught this class before. No,
Okay, you haven't.
this is
Okay.
something I came up just for you, Steve. I came up with
Oh,
just for you,
brilliant.
Steve.
For Bling Bling, not just me, but yes, thank you.
For bullet. Yeah.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
I will say one other very quick thing. I am giving a friend of mine here locally 3 gigs while I'm coming to Bling.
Very nice.
So I am giving up some work
Of course you are.
because it's worth it. Because it's worth it to me. Because I
Yeah.
want to be there. All
Yes.
right, to my class.
Appreciate that. And you're
Um,
worth it to us. So anyway.
the class I'm teaching is on what I call greeters.
Yeah.
And this is something that's been really successful for us here. And it's something that only my company can really do here in Columbia because I'm a deco twister.
Yeah.
And you need both skill sets to make this happen.
Oh, right.
Greeters for us have become, and I call it a greeter because it is a large life-size sculpture designed, and it can be used in a lot of ways, but it can greet your guests coming to an event. It is a wonderful photo op. If you have high schools or colleges and universities in your area, this is huge, huge, huge for us doing that. We build the mascot for each of these, and I've done it often enough that I have written recipes for exactly what balloons I need at what sizes and what to do to make all of these creations come to life. What
Yeah.
I'm going to teach, my wife says that I am either the laziest hardworking man she knows or the hardest working lazy man she knows. I'm not sure which,
Oh,
but
that's so funny.
it's because I will put in the hours. I don't mind
Yeah.
doing really hard work, but I also love shortcuts.
Yeah.
If I can find a way to get the same wow result in half the time or with half the effort, I am gonna be there every
Yeah.
single time. And what I'm going to show in my class is some things that I've done the hard way and
Yeah.
how I've learned to do them the easy way,
Yeah.
and ways that with very, very little instruction, once you see it and once you understand the concept of what I'm talking about doing, you can create almost any mascot, greeter, creature, whatever it is you're looking for.
Wow.
I'm going to show some examples of the ones that I do, and one in particular that will be very useful. You can almost take exactly what I'm giving you and use it. And then another example is going to be how it's a very popular kind of creature and creation, how you can take it. I'm going to show you how you can modify it in just a couple of simple ways to meet your specific needs. So it's going to be
Wow.
one of those, here's the standard, here's the basic, how to get started, and then here are the ways to customize it to fit your specific situation.
Wow. No, really exciting. I don't know if you're willing to, and I totally understand, but every market is different, obviously, where you live. But will you be, people have questions about how to market it and pricing and all that. I know pricing really is relative to where you live, but it really is. But will you be open to answering some of that during the event? And I understand either way, just asking.
Oh, no, absolutely. See, people
Perfect.
can ask me anything.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't care if you're my competitor here in Columbia, South Carolina. I'll still,
Great.
I, I mean, I'm good friends with several of the other of
Sure.
my competition here. We'll refer things out and go back and forth. So I will tell you exactly how I market it and exactly what I charge for it and why I charge
Yeah.
what I charge
Oh,
for it.
that's awesome. We so appreciate that.
Because I honestly, I never ever want to rip off a client.
Exactly. Right.
But having said that, I always want to make really good money
Of
on what I'm
course.
doing.
And you should.
And
Right.
I'm happy to share the logic behind what I've done and how it all, what I want to make per hour and how it all works.
We call that win-win. We have to get paid reasonably, but we also don't want to rip people off, right? You got to be
No,
reasonable.
And
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 that's
one of
good.
the things that I'm hoping people will take from the class is the very first time I built the mascot for the University of South Carolina. It took me almost 10 hours to build. I can do it in
Wow.
3.5 now. And what I'm hoping to share with people are, look, you don't have to spend 10 hours. Here are some things you can do, and here
Yeah.
are a couple of different body styles that you can use. I'm going to shortcut a lot of that
Oh,
and help you make really, really good money without having to put 10 hours into every
yeah.
creation.
So, okay, this is exciting. Sean's being sponsored by Decomex Bargain Balloons. So all the balloons are going to be of Decomex, which again
Yes.
are amazing balloons. They're really, really great. And I'm assuming you've been buying them anyway, but but how do you think just to give them a little shout out, right? As they're sponsoring you as well. But this is all truthful. We know we talked about the balloons being a good quality and a good price. What colors and all that? What are your thoughts about that with uh, either saving money using their product with this particular creation? Like, I don't know if there's anything you want to add to it, So,
Um, what I'll say about Decomex is
yeah,
very high quality and the price is great.
yeah,
Um, when it comes to my creations and my philosophy, unless I have to buy something like the crazy multi-pointed star
oh
that
yeah,
that costs like $8 or $9, I don't really work. The cost of the balloons is irrelevant to
yeah,
me
oh good,
in what I charge
yeah,
because honestly, if I sat down and figured out what one of my creations cost me just in terms of balloons, it's maybe 15-20, maybe.
yeah,
And that's going to be on the high side. And when I'm charging, $400 and $500, it's my time
yeah,
that's what's valuable. The cost of the balloons isn't
of course.
isn't really an issue.
Right. And one more question. You're segueing into the cost on as I saw a photo of it. Are you leaving behind a lamp post on that, or are you not doing that on that? And what does that
I
cost?
Yeah. Because I'm a decorator, this
Yeah.
may or may not mean something to some of you, but I'm a big fan of the Dave Mahoney paver bases.
Yeah.
I can the expense really in that is a one-time expense because you need a hammer drill. But um I can make one of his bases. The little concrete post is, or the concrete paver is less than $2. The EMT is probably the biggest expense, but I can even show people some tricks about how to make sure you use every little piece of EMT, because on a greeter, you don't need the stability you might need in some other things. So you can get some little connections and you can use some of those little pieces to maximize the use there, a little bit of duct tape. And again, all the supplies involved, you're talking maybe $30.
Wow.
And yes, I absolutely leave it behind.
Sure.
The only time I collect those is if I'm also putting up a balloon arch, because I do tend to use some supplies in my balloon arches that I do want to get back.
Of course.
So if I'm also putting up a greeter, I'll collect the base and poles there. But
Yeah.
I have some established relationships with several clients that I'll go deliver a greeter and collect the base and pole that I used from the last greeter, and
Right.
bring it back with me to reuse. But
Right.
again, I only do that. I'm just not worried about that $5 or $10. My time to go over and get it 30 minutes away is an hour of my time. It's worth more to
Exactly.
me than the $10 of supplies.
Right. So price it in. Oh, obviously there's plenty.
Yeah, I just build it in. I just charge for it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's great, Shawn. Amazing. And is there anything else that you wanted to add on to anything about Bling Bling, about your class, about your balloon career, or anything we forgot that you think that people should know?
Well, I hadn't thought about this until just now.
Sure.
So I have a lot of tips, tricks, shortcuts, and things like that. I would not want to teach a class like formally that way,
Yeah.
but I will just put it out there. Anybody who, particularly if you're a twister wanting to get into decor,
Hmm.
come find me at Bling. Let's go have lunch. Let's sit in the jam room. I will point you in the direction of resources, tips, tricks,
Awesome.
shortcuts, all kinds of things that you can do to help make you more money.
Oh, that's awesome. We so appreciate that. And you'll be in the jam room as well, I know. Um,
Absolutely.
yeah, is there any I guess that's everything. We said all the no final thoughts or anything, but this is amazing, Shawn. I'm so glad that you shared all this, and I learned things too, as I always do when I'm talking to people, but I want this to be everybody, you guys on YouTube, to know Shawn better and understand what we're all about and what Shawn's all about, you know. So do us a favor. This is going to air on Wednesday, and show Shawn some love. He likes that. Okay, either put a thumbs up, a comment, and all that. Subscribe so you can see your favorite teacher, and let us know anything else you want to know. Again, I started this station based upon Cecilia's recommendation of separating some of my videos and starting it up, and I think it's been great. And we just want to give the teachers an opportunity to share, and we want to know them better as well. As I don't think that a lot of people do, you know. It has been really, really amazing. So we so appreciate you, Shawn, and appreciate you coming to Bling all the time, and this here being
My favorite
sponsored.
convention.
Yeah, yeah, and one of our favorite people as well. And we're so excited about your class and about Decomix / Bargain Balloons, Jessica, coming and sponsoring you. It's going to be amazing. So with that said,
Looking
everybody,
forward to
over
it.
and out. And we
All right.
will see you guys soon. Thanks so much, Shawn. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Steve. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.